England has a rich literature with a long history. This is our intent to tell the story of English literature from its beginning to the present day. So, we will begin the history of English literature from Celts, Gaels, Romans. This particular topic deals with these three things, these three tribes and the base of the English history. Before Christ's birth, most of the Western world was boundaryless entity. That is, it was chaotic because tribes were the rulers, tribes were the government, which was bound to change. Power centers were uncertain as they were changing frequently because invasion of strong tribes was the deciding force who will rule the area. Mostly, attackers were of barbarian nature. They were they used to destroy native culture and social setup without second thought. So there was regular, unplanned change in power. We should remember that there is an intimate relation between power and knowledge. Particularly, power has direct relation with language. Britain was also governed by tribes before Romans invaded. There were two powerful tribes, Celts and Gaels. Gaels or Gaedals, we can say. The Celts were a large group of semi-nomadic tribes living in Central and Northern Europe. Word Celt, C-E-L-T or K-E-L-T, derives from Greek word Keltoi, 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 means barbarians. The Gaels or Gaedals are one of those Celtic tribe groups. Celts invaded Britain and Gaels governed the area of Ireland, Isle of Man, and Scotland. Celts used Celtic or Brythonic, which is also known as Common Brittonic, which is also known as Common Brittonic. The Brythonic language, the Brythonic, which derived Breton word, Breton. It derived from Brythonic. The Brythonic languages were spoken on the island of Great Britain, which consists of Welsh, Cornish, and Breton, that is present day England. While Gaels historically formed a dialect, Gaelic, Goidelic, Celtic spoken in Ireland through the Isle of Man to Scotland. Manx Gaelic is still spoken today in Isle of Man. Both these Celtic people tribes possessed a literature of songs and tales. Various compositions were made in Northumbrian and West Saxon dialects with a major contribution of these two Celtic tribes. It was the situation before Roman invaded Britain in the first century BC. Julius Caesar attempted first time on 26th August 1505 BC. Again in 54 BC. Romans were angry with Britain for their assistance to Gauls. Gauls, French. France was not there, but the area where at present France is, Gauls were the ruling authorities, and those were the tribes who were ruling that particular area. Gauls, French, we can say. Julius Caesar was trying to overpower them. Gauls were assisted by British. And Britishers, that is Celts, they were assisting Gaels. And Julius Caesar annoyed over this and they attacked on Britain. Romans at that time were living in Rome, that is Italy. It was a uh, powerful force, army of that particular age. They were very powerful. They invaded Britain before Christ was born. They tried to invade in 55 BC. But Celts were not weak. It took about 100 years for Romans to win Britain in 43 AD when Emperor Claudius won and started his rule over Britain. That is, it took 43 years after Christ was born. Romans ruled over 450 years. Their main language was Latin. Latin, that is what consists of French and Italian words, though there was no French or Italian at that time. But yes, now we can say because of the material, because of the words of that particular, those these French and Italian, they were born from Latin. So Latin as language has vast effect on English language. Nobody can deny it. It is estimated that about 29% words of English are derived from Latin. A few words for your reference are human, animal, digital, decimal, dental, manual, factory, library, mile, station, still, lunar, solar, science, etc. And the count is going on. 29% words of the language, that is English, are originated from Latin. See, not only that, Romans started solar calendar in which there was 365 days of the year and 366 days of leap year. This calendar is still in use. It was started by Julius Caesar. The names of 12 months are taken from the names of Roman gods and rulers. July is the name after Julius Caesar himself. Julius July. Roman Empire was a vast empire. In order to get idea about population they were ruling, Romans started practice of taking census, consensus, and this practice is still going on. The whole world is following this practice. In those distant or remote times, a great deal of intermingling and migration of races from far flung areas went on that resulted in growing of new tribes, new centers of civilization, and creation of new cultures. Their activities were expressed in simple, unembellished legends. So, this was the first articulation of literary attempts, which passed on from mouth to mouth over centuries, as most of it was oral. This rich treasure of the early compositions is lost or destroyed completely. Only conjectures or guesses can be made about them. However, researches shows that the literature of that time was about warlike activities of natives. Later Roman invaded and Christianity followed by Bible. The religious works had direct impact on literature of the time, along with written language. You should remember, Roman, that Latin words are in use as alphabets in English language. Till date, A, B, C, D, up to Z, all are Roman words, and still everybody used to say the thing. So, my friends, this is all about Celts, Gaels, and Roman invasions and about literature. You are always welcome to suggest and give your response about the video and the content. I would be thankful to you if you will suggest. Thanks a lot. Thank you very much.